Hi there, this is Bridget Ra with Divine Essentials. Alright guys, I'm wicked tired and I'm going to be very busy for the next few days, so I don't know how many readings and things I'll get to do. So I just did a quick little spread before I go to bed. This is just to check in, like what they're thinking right now, what they're feeling, what they want, and how they view you. And I actually saw some of these earlier too when I pulled. So the first one is the Page of Swords, but it's actually the opposite side within this deck. And in this one, it's a little bit different. So this person's actually looking for a safe place to land. This person is kind of in this like over here you see like their face is like ready to fight. They're holding tightly to something. And usually, like when I read the Page of Swords, this is somebody that's like on the outside. They may want to communicate, but they're kind of holding back. But here, it's like that's a little less of that energy. It's like they're ready to come in, but they're looking for guidance on how to do so. You know, they've had some sort of awakening to there's a grander thing available to them in this world, and they don't want to fight it so much anymore. They kind of just want to know like how do they embrace this in their life? How do they awaken? How do they transform? And with the Hierophant, it's like, how do I take this next level commitment in my life? And I feel like this is more so about like awakening, really. Like they're wanting guidance in their lives. They're wanting to tune into the magic that's available to them. You know, realizing that there's a spiritual connection available and that this can help them to transform their lives. You're wanting to embody that aspect of them that's either masculine or feminine, but the divine aspects. Okay, so like I'm trying to read this for you guys, like whoever you're tuning in for. It's like this person just wants that guidance. You know, the Hierophant is about guidance, but it's like they don't know how to land into this understanding within themselves. They don't know how to come into your life either. You know, for some, I feel like they're afraid to start communication. Some of them are afraid of what it means to come into this type of connection, the intensity of it. But this is what they're thinking about, is finding the guidance, which I feel some of them are now no longer like in this energy of like just observing and kind of like rah, and they're ready to go within themselves to find the answers on what they need to do next. And they're feeling like the Ace of Swords. And in this deck, this is like somebody who is going to bring truth. They're going to bring integrity. And they have seen, again, from a higher perspective, you see the eagle, and he's holding on to that wreath, which represents victory. So this is like, there's a lot of energy here of awakening, a lot of understanding. So again, whether it's you are the feminine or you are the masculine, whoever you're connecting with is having some sort of awakening and awareness. And when they feel like they want to communicate, they want to take action on this. I don't think it's just necessarily like, I feel like I want to talk. It's like, I feel like I want to step into my divine role. I want to have victory in my life. I've seen from a higher perspective, I've seen the big picture. I understand, I understand this. I don't understand all of it. I see the gravity of it, and I need like a little assistance on figuring out what do I do next. But there's the definite feeling of wanting to take action and have that victory and that embodiment of what they feel. And then what they're wanting, we have the World and the Six of Cups. So what I take from this is that, like I said yesterday, there's been a major shift, and I know some of us are really like, we've been kicked in the ass by it. Like, we're extremely tired, we're down, like our energies are all over the place. Some people are really energized, some people are just like, ugh. Like I keep going and bouncing back and forth between the two. Like I'll have like burst of energy, and then I just have nothing left to give. And I feel like that's also kind of indicative of how a lot of us feel within this connection. It's like we just have nothing left to give to that last phase. It's like I can't, like, even if you want to give to your person, like if you're the feminine and they need your support or they need your guidance, it's like you've given everything you could. You don't have any more light or any more power inside of you to be like, okay, here, let me just light the way for you. But I feel like, they're both, whoever it is, I think this is for both. They sense that shift. They sense the ending. They want the ending of the last phase so the next one can begin, and the next one is of reconciliation, but on this side it's a little bit different from this. So this one, it's more of like that innocent, like, you know, having that hopeful outlook on love. This is more of like a, yeah, there's love in the world, but we still need to have our feet planted on the firmly on the ground. And I think this speaks to the fact of awakening, that this isn't just a love story. This is an awakening story. This is like a life-changing thing. This is a higher calling. This is something that you were sent here to do. It's a healing process. It's not just to be like, hey, I like you and I have a crush on you and I want to spend time with you. It's to help the world. It's a greater calling than just a love story. And I feel like this is also a need for people to kind of come out of the clouds or out of their head and out of the energies that keep them from being firmly planted in their lives. You know, like our houses need cleaning, our chores need doing. Like we do still live in a physical world. And I feel like some people have gotten too caught up in the spiritual stuff, and some people are not enough into it. Like there's so many people in different places right now. But this is like balancing the two, not getting caught in like the hopeless romantic, like, oh my god type of stuff. You know, being able to go to work, get your shit done, do what you need to do. Don't get like, if if you get triggered by something, you can't allow that to cut you off of tending to your material world. But I also feel like people are needing to go within more too. Okay, it's like all about finding balance, and that's what the whole journey is about finding balance and being the way shower for the collective, to show them how to be able to balance their shit out, how to be in truth and integrity, how to walk the talk, basically. And it's not an easy thing. Like there's a lot of work to be done. So it's like we came here to battle. And it's funny because the next one under that is the 9 of Wands. And we've been beaten, but we can't give up on what we were sent here to do. And even though everything has been knocked over time and time again, at the end of the day, something is still standing there. Something is available to us to transform, so you can have your new beginning, your Ace of Cups. And that last card there is like how they're viewing you. This is the 2 of Cups. And on this side, I'm going to read it to you because in the book it actually says mirrored souls. So this person is viewing you like this. While the Ace of Chalices warned against illusions of love under night's canopy, this card reassures you that you are seeing clearly when it comes to love. The two people have recognized their twin souls, and it is as if they have known each other forever. You can trust that your feelings and your heart's calling, the signs are good for an equal and honest relationship. So, they feel like they can have that with you. And it's funny because here's the Ace of Cups. So it's like a new beginning is available to the both of you. The old phase is over. But this next phase is going to be more like not so in that longing type of energy, like being desperate for something outside of us. It's about going within and finding the answers. And also we just went through that shift where like the planets have brought up the shadow. Okay, so you need to go into your shadow. You need to take that next level commitment to yourself, and also guide the person that, if you want this person to come into your life, you need to guide them and show them how. And that's in different ways. I feel like spiritually you need to show them, but also like maybe, I don't know how you just telepathically tell them what the best way for them to come back towards you for this new truthful communication that's going to be leading to victory in this next phase of a more solid, like, we know, we recognize, okay, we get it, we know who you are, this is the wish fulfillment, but this is bigger than us. This is about bringing balance to the collective. This is about healing. We signed up for this. We've went through the ringer. This next beginning, it may be kind of clouded right now. There may be some illusions, there may be some darkness that's there, but I feel like we have the ability to turn this around and bring the light, to transform through the darkness, to have that death process, to light through the darkness, to be the light that has brought that hope that not all has been lost, and that yes, it's been a difficult journey, and there's still a lot of work for us to do. But if we go in and we battle, and we don't give up, we are going to receive like the rewards of our labor and our efforts. So things are good energetically I know they may not feel that good, but just know that they are. And try to stay in that place of being balanced between focusing outside, focusing inside, having like your firm feet within the material world, but also not closing yourself off to spirit. You know, do the work that you feel called to do, and set up a place for this person to come back into your life. You know, guide them back in energetically and emotionally so that they feel safe. Because I feel like some of them feel this because they're not sure if you even want them back. You know, they feel like, I don't even know, like, I'm just going to be rejected. This person's going to cut me before I even come. And that's why on this side you see they're like ready for the fight. They're like, ah. But here it's like, well, I don't want to fight. I just want to come in. Like, just let me in, you know. And they're ready for that commitment to learning and understanding a higher perspective. They've seen some things. There's been some sort of awakening that has happened, and there's been an ending of a phase that's leading to a much more balanced phase. I feel like this is an opportunity to not be so like naive and immature. You know, you've been through it. You've seen the good and the bad, and now it's like you can bring, like, this is like people who are like married and comfortable, and they're like able to go to work and have that love with each other. It's not like so like, it's not like, let me be up your ass 24/7. I love you more. No, I love you more. This is more like normal type of work and love. You don't need to be up this person's ass all the time. You know, you can be happy that they're there, but you don't want to be like, hey, like, look at him. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't be like that. Don't be a chaser. Don't be a clinger. Just be normal. Okay? So I hope that this assists you guys. If it did, hit the like. If it didn't, hit the dislike. Either way, that helps me out. I'm going to bed. In Mune. Namaste.